greatest 80s cars that should have never been canceled. In the 1980s, American automakers were faced with rapid changes in technology, performance, and consumer tastes. It was a decade of transformation, where some of the most iconic and innovative cars were born. Cars that combined power, style, and groundbreaking features. The greatest 80s cars were not only about raw horsepower, but also about bold design choices and new engineering that could have shaped the future of driving. Yet, despite their potential to shape the future, many of these vehicles were abruptly canceled before they could fully realize their potential. From muscle cars that redefined speed to sports sedans that brought luxury to the masses, these cars represented a bold vision for the future of driving. But instead of evolving with the times, they disappeared from the streets. Today, we look back at these lost icons, the greatest 80s cars that should have never been canceled. Join us as we explore what made these cars so special and imagine what could have been if they'd survived into the 90s and beyond. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the most legendary cars from the past. The AMC Eagle. The AMC Eagle is a notable model from AMC, produced between 1980 and 1988. Developed from the platform of the AMC Hornet, which debuted in 1970, the Eagle maintained a modern design throughout its production. The vehicle was available in several versions, including a sporty two-door hatchback, two-door coupe, two-door camback, four-door sedan, and four-door station wagon. However, only the wagon version continued until the end of the Eagle's production cycle. The AMC Eagle stood out with its 4.2-liter inline six-cylinder engine, similar to those used in the Jeep CJ7 and early Jeep Wrangler models. Additionally, a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine was available in some production years. A key feature of the Eagle was its full-time four-wheel drive select drive system, introduced in mid-1981, which allowed drivers to switch between four-wheel drive and two-wheel drive while the vehicle was still in motion. This gave the Eagle excellent off-road capability, making it suitable for both urban driving and harsh off-road conditions. As one of the iconic 80s cars, the AMC Eagle's design and features were ahead of their time, capturing the spirit of versatility and ruggedness in a decade known for innovation. Despite its many advantages, the AMC Eagle couldn't maintain its appeal in the automotive market. In its final year, 1988, only about 2,306 units were sold, marking a sharp decline compared to previous years. At its peak, AMC sold nearly 50,000 units in the first year of production. The primary reasons for this decline were the high price and fierce competition from other four-wheel drive models like the Subaru Outback. Nevertheless, the legacy of the AMC Eagle still endures, as it is considered a precursor to modern crossover and off-road vehicles. Had it not been discontinued, the AMC Eagle could have continued to thrive, especially as a four-wheel drive wagon model, competing with today's strong contenders. The Buick Grand National. The Buick Grand National is one of the most iconic muscle cars of the 1980s, recognized for its turbocharged 3.8-liter V6 engine, which was a departure from the traditional V8 engine found in most muscle cars at the time. Originally introduced in 1982 with a two-tone gray and silver design, the 1984 model redefined the Grand National with a sleek all-black exterior and significant performance enhancements. In 1984, the Grand National featured a 3.8-liter turbocharged V6 engine, producing 200 horsepower, helping it outperform many of its contemporaries in the muscle car world. Only about 2,000 units of the 1984 model were produced, with a starting price of $1,282 for performance and appearance packages. In 1986, Buick added an intercooler to the engine, boosting the horsepower to 235. This improvement made the 1986 model one of the fastest American production cars, even surpassing the Chevrolet Corvette in acceleration. That year, sales surged with approximately 5,500 units sold. The 1987 model further elevated the Grand National's performance, with horsepower reaching 245, though actual output was closer to 275 to 300 horsepower, solidifying its place as one of the fastest accelerating American cars of the time. In 1987, Buick also introduced the limited edition GNX, a high-performance variant with only 547 units produced. The GNX featured an upgraded turbo engine, pushing horsepower over 300 and making it the most powerful version of the Grand National. By 1987, Buick had produced a total of 20,194 Grand Nationals. But the model was discontinued in 1988 after GM canceled the rear-wheel drive G-body platform. Despite its relatively short production run, the Grand National remains a highly sought-after classic. Enthusiasts often lament that Buick missed an opportunity by not continuing the model into the 1990s. The Grand National remains a shining example of 1980s American muscle and performance, securing its legendary status in automotive history.
The new 1986 Cadillac Cimarron. There really are two ways to look at it. Some people like it for all the luxury they get. Standard, push-button air, tilt wheel, cruise, power just about everything. Or it's available with more pizzazz, even more power. Either way, 1986 Cimarron people have one thing in common.
Best of all, it's a Cadillac.
Well, maybe two things in common.
Cadillac Cimarron. The Cadillac Cimarron, produced from 1982 to 1988, was Cadillac's attempt to break into the compact luxury car market. Initially priced at $12,181 and about $38,500 in 2023, the Cimarron aimed to attract younger buyers by offering Cadillac's signature luxury at a more accessible price point. However, despite being marketed as one of the standout cars of the 80s, the Cimarron was criticized for lacking distinct styling and being essentially a rebadged Chevrolet Cavalier, built on the same GM J-body platform. Originally marketed as the Cimarron by Cadillac, the vehicle later became known simply as the Cadillac Cimarron. Many felt it lacked the luxury attributes that defined other Cadillac models. It started with an underpowered four-cylinder engine, but in 1985, Cadillac introduced an optional 2.8-liter V6 engine, producing 130 horsepower, which significantly improved its performance. By 1987, the four-cylinder engine was phased out, and the V6 became standard. Cadillac also made updates to the exterior design, attempting to distinguish it further, but the Cimarron still failed to set itself apart from the Chevrolet Cavalier. Despite these updates, the Cimarron was discontinued in 1988, reflecting its lack of enduring appeal. Over its 7-year run, approximately 132,000 units were sold, falling short of Cadillac's expectations. While precise annual sales figures are harder to find, it's generally accepted that the model didn't achieve the success Cadillac had hoped for. If Cadillac had developed a second generation of the Cimarron, featuring a more distinctive and streamlined exterior design along with a boost in performance, it could have significantly appealed to younger car buyers in the 1990s and beyond. This shift might have positioned Cadillac as a more prominent and desirable brand today, enjoying greater popularity than it currently holds. Interestingly, despite its initial failure, the Cimarron has since gained a unique place in automotive history. Some collectors now see it as a rare find due to its short production run. Although it did not meet Cadillac's original goals, the Cimarron helped shape the brand's future approach to compact luxury cars. Its failure prompted a reassessment, that influenced the design and success of later Cadillac models. Mitsubishi Starion ESI-R. The Mitsubishi Starion ESI-R, produced from 1986 to 1989, remains one of the standout models in the Starion lineup, known for its exceptional performance and bold design. Originally launched in 1982, the Starion was a rear-wheel drive sports car aimed at competing in the 2+2 market segment. The ESI-R version, introduced in 1986, marked a significant upgrade, featuring a wider body and a more powerful turbocharged engine. The Starion ESI-R not only impressed with its performance, but also stood out for its striking design, earning comparisons to high-end European sports cars like the Porsche 944. Its sleek, muscular exterior captured the essence of 1980s performance cars. Notable design features included aerodynamic enhancements, such as a revised front air dam that improved stability at high speeds. Inside, the car's sportier interior updates, including upgraded seats and a driver-focused cockpit, enhanced the ESI-R's image as a true performance machine. In terms of driving dynamics, the Starion ESI-R was widely praised for its sharp handling and thrilling acceleration. Powered by a turbocharged 2.6-liter four-cylinder engine with an intercooler, it produced between 176 and 188 horsepower, depending on the model year. This marked a significant increase in performance compared to earlier versions and allowed it to outperform competitors like the Nissan 300ZX and Mazda RX-7. The ESI-R's turbocharged engine made it a formidable player in the sports car market, delivering both powerful acceleration and a responsive driving experience that captured the attention of automotive enthusiasts. As one of the greatest 80s cars, the Starion ESI-R left a lasting legacy among sports car collectors and enthusiasts alike. Despite its strong performance and accolades, sales of the Starion ESI-R fluctuated over the years. In 1986, Mitsubishi produced around 19,438, reflecting its popularity at the time. However, by 1989, production had drastically dropped to just 1,961 units, signaling a decline in consumer interest. This dip in production was partially due to changing market preferences and the rise of more modern sports car designs, including front-wheel drive models. The Starion ESI-R was sold in markets such as Japan, the US, and Europe, where it competed against European performance cars. Ultimately, the ESI-R was phased out in favor of newer models like the front and all-wheel drive Mitsubishi Eclipse and 3000 GT, which were better suited to the evolving demands of the sports car market in the 1990s. While the Starion ESI-R was eventually overshadowed by these newer models, its legacy endures. Its turbocharged engine, exceptional handling, and bold design have solidified it as a classic in the world of 1980s performance cars, a testament to Mitsubishi's ambition to compete in the high-performance sports car segment. Though a product of its era, the ESI-R remains a cherished model among car enthusiasts and collectors today. Pontiac Fiero. The Pontiac Fiero, launched in 1984, marked a groundbreaking moment in American automotive history as the first mid-engine sports car produced by a U.S. manufacturer. This innovative design was largely the result of engineer Hulki Aldecalde's vision. Originally conceived as a small, sporty commuter car, the Fiero was transformed into a performance vehicle thanks to Aldecalde's push for the mid-engine layout. This configuration offered both exceptional handling and a unique aesthetic, setting the Fiero apart from other vehicles on the market. Despite its promising start, the Fiero encountered several challenges, primarily due to budget constraints that led to compromises in its initial design. The 1984 model came equipped with a 92-horsepower 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine, which, while offering decent handling, lacked the power expected from a true sports car. Additionally, The steering was criticized for being less precise than anticipated for a vehicle of its class. In 1985, Pontiac introduced a more powerful 2.8-liter V6 engine, which provided a significant boost in performance. The 1988 revisions were even more extensive, with a completely redesigned suspension, upgraded brakes, and refined engines. However, despite these enhancements, the Fiero never quite achieved its full potential. GM ultimately discontinued the model in 1988 after producing over 400,000 units. Plans for a second-generation Fiero, which would have featured a more powerful 3.4-liter engine, never came to fruition due to declining demand. The Pontiac Fiero, despite its brief production run, remains a standout in automotive history for its innovative design and untapped potential. A second-generation Fiero, envisioned for the 1989 or 1990 model year, promised to elevate the car's legacy. This iteration would have featured a sleeker, modern design, weighed under 3,000 pounds, and offered a powerful 3.4-liter DOHC V6 engine, producing 200 to 220 horsepower. Positioned as a lightweight, high-performance, mid-engine sports car, it would have competed with far pricier European rivals, giving Pontiac a unique edge in the affordable sports car market. Though this evolution never materialized, the Fiero developed a dedicated following. Enthusiasts customized their cars extensively, with some transforming them into Ferrari replicas or equipping them with small-block Chevy engines. Its innovative design and performance potential ensured its place as a cherished classic among collectors. The Fiero remains an emblem of what could have been, a missed opportunity for Pontiac to cement its reputation in the sports car segment, but a model that continues to inspire admiration and creativity among automotive enthusiasts to this day. The 1980s brought us some unforgettable cars that unfortunately didn't have the chance to fully realize their potential. These cars all showed immense promise, but were canceled before they could reach their full potential. These cars are now considered icon 80s cars, each with unique features that could have made them legends. The Cimarron, despite its flaws, could have helped Cadillac attract a new generation of buyers. The Fiero, a groundbreaking mid-engine sports car, had the makings of a true performance icon. Meanwhile, the Buick GNX, with its turbocharged V6, was a performance powerhouse that could have cemented Buick's place in the muscle car pantheon. What do you think? Which of these icon 80s cars do you believe had the most untapped potential? Would the Cadillac Cimarron, Pontiac Fiero, or Buick GNX have changed the automotive world if they had been given a second chance? Share your thoughts and let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating insights into automotive legends. Your support helps us continue bringing you stories like these. See you next video.